Dear students, I am Dr. Ganesan, Head Department of Economics, Ayanadar Janayamal College, Sivagasi. So in the previous video lectures, we have discussed about index numbers very clearly. We have discussed about the meaning, characteristics, uses of index numbers, and also we have discussed about how to construct unweighted index number and how to construct weighted index numbers and so on. So now in this video lecture I am going to explain about how to test the consistency of an index numbers. So consistency in the sense an index number should reflect the real picture of the economy, because index numbers are the parameters of the economy. So when we study about the changes among a particular variables, for example, you take into account of changes in price level or changes in the employment status and so on, which index number we can use to get a consistent result or a real result. So for that only we are studying the test of consistency. So now we enter into the topic index numbers, that is test of consistency. So here with the help of test of consistency one can identify the ideal index. So here to find out the ideal index, Fisher has given two tests of consistency. One is time reversal test and the other one is factor reversal test. So here the index number which satisfies both time reversal test and factor reversal test is called an ideal index. So here in the previous classes we have discussed about different index numbers given by different statisticians or mathematical people. That is Laspere, Passage, Fisher, Marshall-Jewett, Ellis and so on. So here if you want to test Laspere index, whether it is an ideal index or not, so what we have to do means we have to apply time reversal and factor reversal test for Laspere's formula, and whether the Laspere formula is satisfy both the test or not. According to that we can decide the Laspere index is ideal or not ideal. So ideal index is one which should satisfies both the time reversal and factor reversal tests. So now we understand about what you mean by time reversal test. So here under time reversal test, what we have to do means we have to reverse the time period. That means the base year should be converted into the current year and the current year should be converted into the base year. Simply you are changing the current year and base year, keeping the variables price and quantity as constant. We change the time duration, that is base year into current year and the current year into base year, right? So here the time reversal test shows the following equation hold good. So the time reversal test equal to P01 into P10 equal to 1. So here P01, that is we are estimating the index number for the current year with the help of the base year, and now under time reversal we are changing the base year into current year and the current year into base year. So here 0 is the base year, it should be converted into 1, and the current year is denoted by 1, it should be converted into 0. So the time reversal test equal to P01 into P10, it should be equal to 1. In this manner we have to prove. Then you take out the second test, the factor reversal test. Here we are keeping the time period as constant. Simply we have to interchange the prices and quantities. So prices should be converted into quantities and the quantities should be converted into price. That is, wherever we are having P in the formula, instead of P we substitute Q, and wherever we have Q we substitute P. So the formula, how we prove the factor reversal test means factor reversal test is equal to P01 into Q01 equal to sigma P1 Q1 divided by sigma P0 Q0. So here you can see P01 is the original. It should be converted into Q01. So here we are changing the price into quantity. So here we have to test any index number, either last pair or passage or whatever the index number you want. You can test the consistency level. Here you can apply both the test, time reversal and factor reversal test. You can prove that time reversal test that is equal to, that is P01 into P10 equal to 1, and prove for factor reversal test. Here P01 into Q01 equal to sigma P1 Q1 divided by sigma P0 Q0. So here I have taken Fisher index for proving whether the Fisher index is an ideal index or not. Here you can remember Fisher index is an ideal index because Fisher index satisfies both time reversal and factor reversal test. All other indices are not satisfying both the tests, so that we are telling Fisher's index is an ideal index. So now I explain how to prove the time reversal, how to prove Fisher index is satisfying time reversal test and factor reversal test. First you take time reversal test. And the way in which we are proving is P01 into P10 equal to 1. Here student, first you have to write Fisher's original formula. So here Fisher's original formula is P01 equal to under root of sigma P1 Q0 divided by sigma P0 Q0 into sigma P1 Q1 divided by sigma P0 Q1. So this is the original formula of Fisher. So now this original formula will be changed into, that is we are interchanging the base year and the current year. So now the changed formula is P10 equal to under root of, so what we have to do means wherever we are having 1, simply you put 0, and wherever we have 0 we put 1. So here now how we can change the formula here, P10 equal to sigma P0 Q1 divided by sigma P1 Q1 into sigma P0 Q0 divided by sigma P1 Q0. This is changed formula. Now how you have to prove P01 into P10. So P01 into P10 equal to, first you have to write under root, you write P01 value or formula, then you write P10 formula. That is, first you write the Fisher's original formula, and with help and that you can multiply the changed formula. So now P01 into P10 equal to under root of sigma P1 Q0 divided by sigma P0 Q0 into sigma P1 Q1 divided by sigma P0 Q1 into sigma P0 Q1 divided by sigma P1 Q1 into sigma P0 Q0 divided by sigma P1 Q0. So now whatever the values which are same in the numerator as well as in the denominator, we can cut that value. So now all the values are cut. So under root of 1. So under root of 1 is nothing but 1. So sigma here P01 into P10 equal to 1, hence it is proved. So here in this way we are proving the time reversal test. Simply you can remember how we have to prove the time reversal test. So time reversal test equal to, that is P01 into P10 equal to 1. So first we have to write the original formula, then we have to change the formula by changing the base year into current year and the current year into base year. Then after that you can multiply the original formula with the changed formula and you can cut the values. You will get, if the cutoff value is equal to 1, the particular index number satisfies the time reversal test. So here under Fisher's index number under root of 1, that is equal to 1. So here the Fisher index satisfies the time reversal test. Now I explain the factor reversal test. The proof for factor reversal test is P01 into Q01 equal to sigma P1 Q1 divided by sigma P0 Q0. So here also first we have to write the Fisher's original formula. So P01 equal to under root of sigma P1 Q0 divided by sigma P0 Q0 into sigma P1 Q1 divided by sigma P0 Q1. This is the original formula. So now we have to change the formula. How we have to change means, here under factor reversal test we have to change the factor, that is the price should be converted into quantity and the quantity should be converted into price. So the changed formula is Q01 equal to under root of sigma Q1 P0 divided by sigma Q0 P0 into sigma Q1 P1 divided by sigma Q0 P1. So this is a changed formula. Then after that in the proof we have to write P01 into Q01 equal to under root of, first you write the Fisher's original formula, then you can multiply with that the changed formula. So here P01 into Q01 equal to under root of sigma P1 Q0 divided by sigma P0 Q0 into sigma P1 Q1 divided by sigma P0 Q1 into sigma Q1 P0 divided by sigma Q0 P0 into sigma Q1 P1 divided by sigma Q0 P1. So here what we have to do means the equal value should be cut. So in the numerator we are having sigma P1 Q0 and the denominator also we are having sigma P1 Q0. You can cancel it. And at the same time we are having sigma P0 Q1 in the denominator as well as we are having the same value in the numerator also, so you can cancel it. So the remaining things we are having under root is under root of sigma P1 Q1 divided by sigma P0 Q0 into sigma Q1 P1 divided by sigma Q0 P0. So under root of two values, that is under root of 2 into 2, that is equal to 2. So in the same way here under root of sigma P1 Q1 divided by sigma P0 Q0 into sigma P1 Q1 divided by sigma P0 Q0 is equal to sigma P1 Q1 divided by sigma P0 Q0. Hence it is proved. So Fisher index alone satisfies both time reversal test and factor reversal test, so that we are telling Fisher index is an ideal index. Thank you friends.